Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host, Nathan P. Butler, author of A Saga on Home Video, a fan's guide to U.S. Star Wars home video releases. This time we take a look at something that's kind of in a gray area for this show. Definitely not something that is within the purview of that book. This is something that is a fan-made production that this time is not a documentary. Instead, it is a fan-made parody. But it has gotten an official release that was apparently okay with Lucasfilm at the time. In fact, the guy behind this particular fan film actually got brought in to write several things for official Star Wars licensed products, and two of the characters he created, Tag and Bink, are going to be showing up in Solo: A Star Wars Story. That, of course, means we're talking about Kevin Rubio and the fan film Troops. Now, again, kind of on the periphery, when it comes to parodies, for the most part, we've said it needs to be something that's gotten the nod from Lucasfilm at some point. This apparently at least got enough of a nod that it could be released on DVD, although not as a you're paying for this kind of thing, as opposed to a you're buying a magazine and the DVD is a bonus that comes with it for free. And of course, as I mentioned, Kevin Rubio was brought in to write for Star Wars licensed products at one point. So where could you get this? Where could you get an official, actual release of Troops on DVD without it being a bootleg or somebody just taking a fan film and slapping it on a DVD-R or something and trying to sell it at a convention and screw not only Lucasfilm but also Rubio himself? That is with the October and November issue. It's one of those bi-monthly magazines. The October-November issue from 2000 of Total Movie Magazine. If you had bought that issue, you would have gotten this little sucker for free. It says Total Movie, October-November 2000, jam-packed DVD, all new trailers, short films, extras, and more. This is from an era in which, you weren't necessarily always going to be able to find trailers online as easily. This is before YouTube became enormous, for instance, for getting those things out there, and high-speed internet connections became as commonplace as they are now. Instead, you'd get this with all that cool stuff on your DVD, just like a lot of computer magazines would give you little shareware games and stuff on discs that came with them. So it says, The Exorcist, it's back. And we've got the all-new trailer with freaky footage you've never seen. It's there. Then over here, you might recognize Elizabeth Hurley. Full trailer, Bedazzled. Check out Liz Hurley's devilishly sexy comedy. Over off to the side, kind of with a film reel type look to it. Plus, Pearl Harbor, next summer's World War II blockbuster. Full trailer. Yes, blockbuster and chick flick. Underneath, Blair Witch 2. Unbreakable, The Ladies' Man. Okay? And then you flip it over to the back, it's going to tell you what all is on this thing. It says, Total Movie, October-November 2000. As for what is actually included here, theatrical trailers, we have Pearl Harbor, Bedazzled, The Exorcist, Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows, Unbreakable, The Ladies' Man, The Specials, Cherry Falls, X-Men, Gladiator, Chicken Run, The Perfect Storm, Me, Myself, and Irene, Shanghai Noon, Gone in 60 Seconds, Dinosaur Road Trip, and Titan AE. Short films, Troops, and The Dancing Cow, and The Dancing Cow Behind the Scenes. Cool extra stuff, Romeo Must Die behind the scenes, Any Given Sunday behind the scenes, Chicken Run behind the scenes, The Legend of Bagger Vance behind the scenes, Me, Myself, and Irene behind the scenes, cool Sony stuff, Musicland, and E as in the network stuff. And it says DVD releases, which basically is just little items here from DVDs. We have Scream 3 extras, Chasing Amy extras, Free Enterprise, No Tears for Caesar video, Cannibal the Musical trailer, Trey Parker and Matt Stone interview, and Trey and Matt, that's Trey Parker and Matt Stone again, PSA, Public Service Announcement. And then down underneath, DVD symbol. The disc itself, kind of a cool layout here, right? So it says Total Movie, October-November 2000, DVD symbol. This is not legalese going around the outside, okay? Instead, the black areas tell you the type of thing that's on the disc. The red areas, including the outer ring, tell you what of that thing there is. So it says theatrical trailers in black with a little arrow pointing outward. That's a ring that tells you the theatrical trailers that are on it. DVD releases, little arrow. Here's your DVD content. Short film / cool extra stuff. There's your ring of that. The Dancing Cow, Troops, Legend of Bagger Vance, and more. And so on. So, kind of a cool little item here, and officially, legally released, rather than some kind of bootleg out there that shouldn't technically exist. So what happens when you pop it in? Now when you pop this in, you're going to have Total Movie, the title, of course, of the magazine up at the top, and then you have different areas for theatrical trailers, short films, and cool extras. And then there's a little thing off to the side that says main that's not actually to go back to the main menu because that is where you already are. As for where you can find Troops, you go into short films, and it is actually one of the first things that are listed there. So it says Troops, and then it gives you a quick breakdown saying, Kevin Rubio's hilarious Star Wars/Cops parody is a film festival and sci-fi convention classic. Now you can own it for the first time, complete with director commentary. Yes, there is director commentary available. So once you choose it, you're going to have to pick standard audio or director's commentary. If you want the director's commentary, it gives you a chance to hear Kevin Rubio's thoughts on this film that was sort of monumental in Star Wars fan films. It wasn't the first Star Wars fan film, but it is one of the first to get real notoriety and help sort of spur the fan film revolution, if you want to call it that, back around the mid to late 1990s. Unfortunately, it doesn't come across in a way that is truly pristine. Whereas the ending music appears to basically be the same as the ending music originally, this is a parody of Cops. So they did use the original Inner Circle version of Bad Boys. And Bad Boys was our introduction to Cops, introduction to Troops. It really gave you that feel of this was Cops. It just happens to be Star Wars. Except for this version, they couldn't use that copyrighted Inner Circle music. So instead, they have a remade version that runs a little slower and instead refers to stormtroopers and things like that. It's been Star Wars-ized, but it's been slowed and kind of mellowed out, so it doesn't have that same oomph as the original version. I understand why they felt like they needed to redo it, of course, for copyright reasons, but it would have been really nice if the new version had had the same punch as the original. As it stands, it's a little more mellow, and it just doesn't quite capture the feel as well as the actual Bad Boys song did. So on the one hand, it's a cool thing to have because it is the way to get Troops officially. On the other hand, it's not really the original version of Troops because they had to change the music, but you could sort of overlook that because you do get the director commentary with it. Just understand that if you are trying to pick this up, that Troops only runs like 10 minutes long. It's funny, but you can find it for free online plenty of places. This is not something to pay an arm and a leg for if you happen to find it on eBay or something. But it is a nifty little thing that you can add to your Star Wars home video library if you feel like something like Troops, with a real legal release, deserves a place within that library. I think so, at least because I like to pick up little odd things that maybe aren't in the purview necessarily of the show or of certainly the book. With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers.